Good morning, lovely humans, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who are new here, I just want to say welcome. My name's Heather. I am a baker turned physical therapist, and I'm currently on a journey / super struggle bus to lose weight, get healthy, and make sure that I am just mentally well as a whole. And today is going to be a what I eat in a day video to lose weight, of course. What I eat in a day normally is struggling, and I want to actually have a better diet. So I'm using today as an opportunity to find some better recipes and try some healthier foods and to hold myself accountable because y'all are going to watch what I eat.
And don't worry, Ashley. I'll be watching your every move.
Let's get some breakfast because I'm starving and that freaking intro took forever. Wow. Well, will you look at that? I actually have a clean kitchen. Huh, that looks a whole lot better than when I went to bed last night. Wonder who did that. So this morning we're going to be making a recipe that's called Healthy Hot Chocolate Breakfast Cereal. And we already have our mise en place ready to go. One of the things we learned back in culinary school was mise en place. It means everything in its place. So before you get started cooking, you have everything laid out and ready to go. And for me personally, this is something that helps tremendously because I am notorious for having to make a pit stop at Walmart because I thought I had an ingredient that I did not have. For this recipe, it asks for chocolate chips, a mashed banana, which I went ahead and mashed already, quinoa. They ask for coconut milk, which I don't drink, so I'm using Fairlife because it has some extra protein in it. Cocoa powder, half cup of water. They want you to use coconut yogurt. I don't have that. I'm using Greek yogurt, extra protein, and a vanilla protein powder of your choice. I know some of you guys might be wondering why I'm having a breakfast that has like any chocolate chips in it when I'm trying to lose weight. Full disclosure, as y'all probably know by now, I am a sugar addict through and through. If I don't have a sweet breakfast, for the most part, I'm not very enthused about it. Normally, I would use like sugar-free chocolate chips, but I don't have any right now, so we're using the semi-sweet, and I'm just making sure that I don't go wild.
I want to get chocolate wasted.
I personally, in my own diet, am okay with having dessert and having sugar, but what I'm actually working on is trying to learn how to have it in moderation. Normal breakfast days for me are literally just a protein shake. So this morning I'm basically trying to get high protein breakfast, but I like trying new things on my days off, so it's a win-win. So fingers crossed it'll turn out good. The thing that I like the most about this recipe is literally just that it says you put all the crap in together and then do stuff. It's just 1,000 times faster because who the heck has time for any of this, let's be honest. That's why I only do the like handmade breakfasts on my days off. We've got 1/4 of quinoa. I also don't want to think about how many years this has been in my pantry, so if I die, y'all know why. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Just realized what this thing was that came with my measuring set. Oh, so much easier. And hopefully this is good because we're trying these new recipes together. My last what I eat in a day, I literally didn't even post because it was so dang bad. It was like disgusting. So we've got some pretty low standards. 1/2 cup of water, 1/2 cup of milk. We need to add 1/2 scoop of protein powder. That hopefully doesn't taste like trash. No idea. At the very least, it'll be a protein heavy breakfast, which is what I wanted. Doesn't smell good. It's like it smells like cake batter even though it's vanilla. Like, why?
It was at this moment that he knew.
Oh, my camera decided to be a little twit and it was like,
We have too much stuff on your memory card and cannot do this.
and died. What I was trying to say is I realized I added a whole scoop of protein powder instead of a 1/2 scoop, so we're going to try and wrangle that out of there and I'm going to temporarily film on my phone. All right, we're going to try and scoop like a 1/2 scoop out of here. I'm so mad at myself. Like, read the directions right, Heather. Ugh. Okay, a 1/2 scoop of protein powder. We've got 1 medium mashed banana. There's the sweetness instead of sugar, not counting the chocolate chips, which I will measure appropriately, I promise. Whisk the crap out of it, then boil and simmer until basically everything is the thickness you want. I love it. So easy. This is also why I don't tend to make my breakfasts because, let's be honest, if I had to put an effort for breakfast first thing in the morning, I'm going to starve to death by the time it's ready because right now it is like 9, which is late as crap for me, and I'm starving. Okay, if you make this, freaking stir constantly. I accidentally charred some bits to the bottom when I went to go put some of the other ingredients away. Whoopsies! Hopefully it won't taste like bitter as hell. Okay, we're in salvage mode. It's finally thick, but I still don't know if the quinoa is even cooked. It looks really like tiny, and normally they look like, if you'll forgive the term, tiny condoms when they're done, but they still look kind of knobby, so we'll see. This is literally how scorched my pan is. I've literally never done that in my entire life. Went to freaking culinary school and still managed to scorch the bejesus out of my pan.
She's an idiot.
I'm almost scared to taste this. This is more just a check to make sure it actually cooked the little pieces. Nope. The flavor would be fine if they were actually cooked. We're gonna try. That's really bad. It survived. Still piping hot, as you see. If you guys actually stayed and are still watching after the hot mess that was, let me just say that you're the best people on earth, and I love you very much. Thank you. I did, in fact, figure out my mistake, and it's that I apparently can't read. The recipe did not call for quinoa. It called for quinoa flakes. Different things, different textures, and I think I managed to get them cooked down to where there's hopefully not too many crunchy bits in there. If you don't have quinoa flakes, you can use quick oats. Yeah, it's actually not bad. A little on the chewier side, courtesy of my misreading. So I wouldn't say it's a sweeter breakfast, but I would say it's a little bit more rich. Not bad for a first time making breakfast in a long time. While the flavor was something I would absolutely have again, the texture, courtesy of my reading mistake, really started to get to me, and I had to finally give up and have a protein shake. Read your recipes right, folks. It is 11:30, which is about my normal lunchtime. We have showered. My skin is obviously trash right now because I'm not putting on more makeup. I just need something to, like, heal this train wreck. Like, even had a zit on my lip this morning. Why? Like, of the worst placement ever. Ugh. I'm getting a little snacky, and I want to show you guys what I tend to do for lunch. Let's see. So, with my work schedule being as crazy as it is, I have been depending a lot on Factor meals. And no, this is not a sponsor. This is literally just something I've been doing. My work schedule is almost always crazy, and I've realized that when I'm too exhausted to cook, I'm not going to just figure it out and cook something quick. I tend to always veer towards getting something from a restaurant, and in Garland, there's not really a lot of healthy options. It's like Jack in the Box or Taco Bell, and that's kind of it for what's close. So when I'm hungry, I basically want to take the decision struggle away, and I have a bunch of Factor meals. It's more expensive than, say, cooking your own food individually, but it's cheaper by far than going out to a restaurant. And since I have been going out to a restaurant a lot because I was struggling with my schedule, this works a whole lot better. I also like that you can choose some like lighter calorie stuff so you don't have to be struggling. We are taking the time to cook dinner from scratch tonight. So if I'm already cooking one meal, I usually tend to give myself a break for the other meals, just because I don't want to spend all the time in the kitchen, and also dishes suck. It's like my least favorite household chore. The other reason that I wanted to have this as part of my lunch for the What I Eat in a Day meal is, one, it's realistic, of course. This is what I actually do. I don't want to only try new recipes. I want to show y'all some of what I'm really doing to actually try to lose weight. If I'm cooking meals at home, I'm not necessarily as specific with my portions. I'm not weighing out stuff. The Factor meals are less calories than whatever I'd be making, and so that works out really well. One of the reasons, though, that I wanted to include it in this video is actually because of some advice that I and like the rest of the world got on TikTok from Elise Myers. She was talking about how you can get really, really overwhelmed with all the things that you have to do in life, and that it's kind of easier if you pick certain things to take the struggle out of. She basically was like, okay, I have like the same 3 outfits that I rotate over and over again. She's like, I eat the same meals all week long. That way it takes the energy out of planning for all these different individual things, and she can focus her energy on what's actually important. And for me, it's the same thing. I don't necessarily have the time, energy, or sanity to cook 3 meals a day. So if I'm having a Factor meal for lunch, it takes the pressure off of me having to figure out what to eat for lunch. It keeps me from going out to eat somewhere. And most importantly, it gives me the time to focus on trying some new recipes for dinner, because I was not used to cooking healthy things before I started trying to lose weight. It was like, yo, I can make some bomb mac and cheese from scratch, which, yes, delicious, not exactly as super nutritious. So instead, I can now have the time and energy to focus on what I'm doing for dinner and actually start building some of those like recipe bases for that healthy recipe book that I finally got around to making. I can actually have some recipes to put in it. Hopefully this wasn't too choppy. I'm really hungry.
Now I have
The best green beans of my life. Oh my God, what are you doing? You can't be filming this. They can't know I eat carbs. All skits aside, the reason that I still have myself eating stuff like this in my video is one, I want to be completely transparent with you guys. I could have just eaten the Factor meal and then like had this in private off camera. I know what I'm struggling with. I'm going to be honest with you guys about it. I am okay with having these rolls. They're still within like a reasonable calorie count for the day. I'm not trying to go without ever having anything sort of carbs. Like carbs are delicious. Moderation is my goal. So that's why I'm having 2 of them, not 5. I would love to get to the point where I don't, crave all sorts of breaded products with my meals, but truthfully, I'm not there yet. My goal right now is just to not go bananas with the breads, and if I can get to the point where I'm only having 1 dessert a day, because that really is my number 1 struggle, I want to make sure that I'm only having it for dinner as well, because it kind of helps keep me in check for lunch. Otherwise, I end up having it with lunch, and the dinner comes along, and I'm like, I need sugar with this too. Ooh. It is 4 o'clock. I am back home after running some errands. I got my hair cut just to trim. I got my Christmas nails because I needed a little self-care and I freaking love them. I get my nails done every now and then when picking at my face gets particularly bad. As y'all can see, my skin is looking rough.
What's wrong with your face?
If the nails are done, they're usually thick enough to where it keeps me from like shredding my skin as much, and my skin is getting super damaged right now. So it's like, for the love of God, give me a break and get your hands off your face. I needed some stuff for me. It's been a lot of weeks of work and I just needed a break. And I also stopped by Tom Thumb while I was out, which is honestly something that's really hard for me. A few months ago, I started ordering my groceries online only if I could help it, because anytime I'm at the store, I am so tempted by all of like the junk food and the dessert food, and it drives me crazy. Like, I don't know if y'all struggle with like the crazy temptations from the bakery department, but I can't keep my eyes off of it. However, I had no choice, and so I'm actually really freaking proud of myself for not getting anything other than what I actually came in the store for. It's kind of a big deal for me, but it's a little too early for dinner and cooking dinner, so I'm going to have a snickety snack, which is why the cat was in my lap, because he's a little beggar and is obsessed with cheese. So I will be having a little cheese stick and trying to fend off the cat, who, as you can see, is already trying to come after it. This is my husband's fault, 100%. He fed them like 1 time and they have never forgotten. It's ridiculous. He is the king of begging. Yes, you're very cute. You're not getting any. Ray Liotta, also known as the Big Beggar. He's pitiful, and we love him. It's my cheese. It's not for you. Dude, this is how we eat when we have pets who are ridiculous. No, it's not for you. No, the plastic's not for you either. You're not going to lick the plastic. He's ridiculous. He's just waiting, patiently hoping that I'm going to just give him a chunk of cheese. No! You can't even patiently wait anymore? Just thinks he's going to get it all. Ridiculous. You're not licking the plastic either. No, that does not mean climb me. Dude! It's a wonder we ever actually get to eat any of our food here. Here, you get 2 licks, that's it. He's plastic obsessed and cheese obsessed. No, don't bite it, goober. Alright, that's plenty. Alright, snack is done. I'm gonna suck it up till dinner. Girl dinner! I try to do at least a few vegetarian meals a week, so for dinner, I decided to make sweet Korean lentils. My sauce was made up of water, liquid aminos instead of soy sauce, brown sugar, garlic, and crushed ginger, which I always buy frozen because I don't use it that often, and it comes in a very handy package. I then added some sesame oil and a very small amount of red pepper flakes because I have painfully Caucasian taste buds, and I mixed it all together and then chopped up my onions. So while the onions are sauteing, I'm going to be preparing what we need to put the dish on top of. Normally, you do it on top of rice. If you're in a pinch, you're trying to make dinner, I freaking love these 90-second rice packs. They're so much easier. It just, like, if you don't have time, make your life easier, get one of the 90-second packs. Now, I'm not trying to go super heavy on the rice, so I'm actually going to be doing half rice, half riced cauliflower, which you are definitely going to want to make sure to season. Ups your vegetable content, also keeps you full for longer because, as today made me very aware, I really need some help getting full. For our actual veggie side, steamed edamame. I freaking love these things. They're just delicious, and it kind of goes the whole, like, Asian-ish theme. All right, we got a little color on the onions. Add our lentils. We'll pour our sauce on top, where I'll have to smush all the ginger. And then we cover and simmer until the liquid is absorbed. Should be about 8 to 10 minutes. All right, let's see what the verdict is, and I hope to God it's good because these took like triple the time to cook since they're the green lentils, not the red lentils. I'm gonna be real mad if like this is the second meal today if it doesn't turn out right. Let's see. The flavor of the sauce is really good. The texture of the lentils takes a little bit of getting used to because it's like thicker but also chewier a little bit than some meats. I feel like if you're someone who's already a vegetarian or a vegan, you'd be like, heck yes, this is bomb. I really like the sauce. I think I should have seasoned the like rice cauliflower mixture a little more. And I think if I make this in the future as I'm getting more like adjusted to some of those healthier flavors, I think it would be a good idea to do like half lentils and half ground chicken. That way you still get a little bit of that meat texture because the flavor's good. Like I don't hate it. I am not mad about it. Like, hey, we found something healthy. That's kind of the whole point of today is gradually taste testing recipes. And I know today's kind of been like a freaking train wreck. So if you guys stay this long, thank you very much. We're going to keep trying new things. I'm going to finish my dinner. And I hope that you guys, if you haven't already, please take the time to subscribe. We really want to grow this like community we have here and make sure to encourage each other in the comments. I love it every single time you guys comment. It's nice to really get to kind of like know who's watching and get to know you guys a little bit. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And I will see you lovely people in the next one. I'm going to go finish my dinner now. Bye-bye.